Hello everyone, Ranjita here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 6 of Crafty December and the prompt is Distress Inks. As always, don't forget to check out Upcycle by Manasa to see her take on this prompt. You'll find the links to Manasa's channel and also the details about Crafty December in the description below. Since today's prompt is Distress Inks, I decided to play with Distress Oxides. Today I have Distress Oxide water painting technique to share with you. So let's get started. For today I am using the stamp set from Mudra and the Distress Oxide in the shade Mermaid Lagoon. I am stamping my flowers using Versamark ink and then will be white heat embossing them. As you can see here, first I am prepping my cardstock with an anti-static powder tool. This is an anti-static powder tool that I have made all by myself. If you want to check out how you can make your own anti-static powder tool, do make sure you check out the video. I will leave the link below. So once I have prepped my surface, now I am going to stamp the images using Versamark ink. There is no particular way of how I am doing it. All I wanted to do is I wanted the flowers to be all around the page with a place in the center for my sentiment. So I am randomly stamping these flowers all around the cardstock. Now that I have stamped, I am now going to white heat emboss this card panel that I have just stamped with Versamark ink. Here I am using Ranger's white heat embossing powder. So I am just stamping these flowers and then heat embossing them. Heating with white heat embossed powder on a white cardstock doesn't seem to look very beautiful right now, but once we start inking it up with Distress Oxide, the whole look will change altogether. Once I have stamped and embossed the flowers, I am then stamping and embossing the leaves too. I will be just randomly stamping these leaves all over the page in between the flowers to fill in the spaces. I have stamped my leaves. Now I am going ahead and repeating the same process of pouring white heat embossing powder on it, removing off the excess powder, and I will then be heat setting this embossing powder again. Okay, now our panel is ready and is all heat embossed. Now let's ink this panel. I am using Distress Oxide ink in the shade Mermaid Lagoon. I am just heavily applying Distress Oxide ink to this panel. You can use any blending tool. I am using a blending brush here. All you need to do is cover up the whole card with ink. You do not require too much of blending skills here. You just have to apply ink generously all over the card. After I have covered this generously with ink, I am heat setting it to avoid finger smudges, and then I will buff it with a dry cloth to remove the excess ink from the embossed areas. Heat setting is entirely optional. All you can do is just wait out for the ink to dry because pigment inks do take a while to dry. I am just speeding up the process by heat setting it. As you can see here, just buffing with a dry cloth will remove all the excess ink, and the white heat embossed areas will resist the ink and the ink will not stick to these areas, making your images pop out in white. Now comes the fun part. I am going to paint inside all my images with water. Yes, just water. I am putting in a thick coat of water and dab it with a dry tissue or cloth. Here I am using a water brush pen. You can also use a simple paint brush dipped in water to achieve this effect. What happens is distress oxides reacts with water and gives an oxidized chalky look to the image. The water picks up the color underneath. For more intensity, you can dry out this image and then repeat the process of coloring with water again. This will intensify the effect and you will get much softer and chalky look to your images. Very simple technique. You do not require any great skills of coloring or shading here. All you have to do is just paint your images generously with water. In fact, sometimes I leave blobs of water to color my images. For those who don't know, we usually work with two different kinds of ink pads. Some are dye inks and some are pigment inks. Distress oxides are a fusion of both these dye inks and pigment inks and thus have properties of both of them. It has the opaque property of pigment inks and also reacts with water like dye inks. So here I am playing with both these properties and making this beautiful piece. For the sentiment, I'm stamping with distress oxide again. I'm using the same sentiment that comes along with the same stamp set. So I'm stamping this with distress oxides. So this is what I was telling you about the pigment ink property. Since it is pigment ink, you can stamp with distress oxides unlike the distress inks, and the stamps are quite crisp and good images. So now that our panel is ready and our sentiment is ready, we're going to go ahead and make this card and put it all together. So here I'm just applying some liquid glue and adhering this panel to the front of my card. And then I will be adding the sentiment with some foam double-sided adhesive. That's it, our card is done. A very easy yet beautiful technique. With just some water and painting with this water, this beautiful chalky and soft colored effect is achieved. I really liked how beautiful this card turned out. I hope you liked it too, and you will definitely give it a try. So here are the close-up images of the finished card. Beautiful, isn't it? I just love the blue and white combination, and I'm really happy how this card turned out. I hope you liked it and you will also definitely give it a try. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope I was of some inspiration to you. If you haven't done it yet, kindly subscribe to my channel and don't forget to check out the entire playlist of Crafty December. The playlist link is given below. Also do follow me on my social media where I share much more craft inspiration with you. The links are given in the description box below. Thank you.